Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Freeman and today I have a fun little workout that's going to test your balance and stability. You won't need anything for today, just making sure that you're in a nice, safe, flat space. And also you may want to have a chair or a wall close by to add a little bit more support and stability. I love doing balance workouts because not only are they a great way to build joint stability, but also to potentially highlight the differences from the right side to the left side of the body, and also to build focus into your own body and your movement, because you need to be pretty alert when you're standing on one leg. All that being said, go at your own pace. You can always take extra breaks. I'll be guiding you through the whole thing, but always do what feels good for you. Once you're ready, let's get started. So my friends, we're going to get started down on all fours with a 2 or 3 point plank. So when you're ready, bring your shoulders over your wrists and your hips over knees. And we're going to extend the right toes back. And some of you might stay here. Otherwise, if you'd like a little bit more, reach your left fingertips forward. Beautiful. So just checking that your hips and shoulders are squared down towards the mat. And your right thigh is also facing downwards. Feel a little lift through your belly button here towards your spine. And then a lengthening through the back of your neck. Beautiful. You'll probably be starting to feel the back of the right leg engaged and starting to warm up as it lifts a little higher. We've got 10 more seconds here, trying not to collapse into the upper body, but see if you can keep pressing away from the ground and reaching forwards. We've got 3, 2, 1, and rest. Beautiful. So 20 seconds in between rounds to come to the other side. This time our left toes will be back and hovering off the mat, and maybe the right hand reaches forward as well. So getting ready, we'll move in 5 seconds, belly engage, left toes draw back, lifting off, perhaps staying here, working on that balance, or right fingertips reach forward also. Beautiful. And settling in here, going through all of our checks again. You feel the left thigh facing down towards the mat. The toes are pointing back and the right fingertips reaching forward. Feel your belly engaged, and there's length in the back of the neck, and in the lumbar spine. We have 10 more seconds here. Beautiful. See if you can maybe lengthen out a little further for 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, well done. First 2 done. So standing up, we are going to have the weight in the right foot and the left knee will hug towards the chest. You can either have the hands on the hips if that doesn't feel comfortable for you, and hover the thigh. Otherwise, in 5 seconds, bringing your weight onto your right foot and lifting up through the left leg. Beautiful. So a little static balance here. I want you to feel a grounding through the bottom foot and a lifting through that right thigh, lengthening through your waist, a lifting through your heart, and a growing length through the back of your neck here also. Okay, so you can continue to be here, perhaps holding onto a chair or a wall. Otherwise, if you'd like a little bit more of a test, we look over to the right. And then look slowly over to the left. And look back to center. And releasing that left leg down. So noticing how as you move your gaze and shift your focus, it can potentially become a little bit harder. But that's just an add-on, it's up to you. In a moment, we're going to bring the weight into the left foot. So really feel a rooting down through that left heel. And again, we can draw the knee towards the chest, holding the shin, or take the hands to the hips. Off we go. So right leg lifts. Again, you feel that length through the sides of your waist. Active and engaged through your belly. And see if you can become a little bit taller here. Beautiful. We're still open through the front of the chest. And from here, option to continue just working on this balance, otherwise taking the gaze to the left. Slowly to the right. Slowly back to center. Pause here for a moment. And then releasing the right leg back down to the mat. Well done. All right, so this time we're going to come into our left leg will be forward and our right toes will touch back behind us. The arms extend forward. What we're going to be doing is tapping the right toe forward and then extending back. The weight is mostly in this left leg. So off we go, tapping forward and back, and forward and back. And from here you can continue like this, or perhaps you start to keep those right toes hovered and back so that you're just purely balancing on the left leg and back. So choosing whichever option feels good. And if you'd like a little more, we draw the knee all the way forward and then extend all the way back. All the way forward and all the way back. Beautiful. And we have 5 more seconds here. Whichever option you've chosen for 3, 2, 1, and rest. So we'll come to the other side now. Bring the right foot forward. If you took a few rounds of the first style, make sure you take a few rounds of that variation again, and then bring in any further variations afterwards. So our right leg's forward, hands on the hips, or extended long, left toes touch back. And we're either just tapping those left toes forward and back, or if you'd like a little more, we keep the left toes hovered off. And a little more, we'll bring the left knee all the way forward and then slowly all the way back. Now you'll notice with balance exercises, it's not necessarily easier if you go slow. Faster doesn't mean harder. Sometimes it's a lot more difficult to move slowly through space. Let's go for 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Awesome. Okay, so now we're going to come into the center of our mat, bring our hips underneath our heels. We have a little bit of a break here, but you're going to be squatting down, standing up, rising onto your toes, and then lowering the heels. This will be option 1. So let's all get started doing option 1 together. So squatting down, rising up onto the toes, lowering the heels, and we'll continue like this. And as you go on, see if you can make the movement a little smoother. So really feeling articulation through your feet as we slowly rise and lower. And you'll continue like this, otherwise joining with me, squatting down, lifting the heels, rising onto the toes, lowering the heels. Beautiful. So squatting down, lifting the heels onto the toes, whoop, onto the heels. Let's go for 1 more, squatting all the way down, lifting the heels, rising tall and lowering down. Awesome. Shake that one out. 20 seconds till our last exercise. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be stepping to the side, hovering, toes point forward and then back and back to center. Step to the side, find the balance. Toes point forward and back, back to center. So you can make that step as little or as big as you like. So let's get started. Stepping out, draw the knee forward, pointing back to center, and then step back out, find the balance. Point forward, point back, center, find your balance. Point forward and back, center. So that step can be as small as you like, forward and back, center, or you can make it as big as you like, challenging your balance on each side. To center, let's go 2 more. Forward and backwards, center, last one. Catching yourself and rest. Awesome, so that's round 1 done. If you're going to join me for the second round, come on down to all fours. And again, our right toes are going to reach back, left fingertips are going to reach forward. We have our 2 or 3 point plank. So getting ready with me, shoulders over wrists, and extend the toes back, reach the left hand forward. Shoulders and hips are squared down to the mat. And feel the back of the right leg and glute lifting that thigh. Belly is engaged. And your rib cage is wrapping towards the midline of the body. 10 more seconds here. See if you can make yourself any longer. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. 20 seconds off. Awesome. So we're going to come to the other side. This time the left toes will reach back, right hand reaches forward. I love a halfway mark because it just means you're on your way home for the rest of the workout. All right, are we ready? I've got a stick under my mat. 3, 2, 1, left toes reach back, right forward. It would be awesome if you had a space where you could see yourself in a mirror or some glass. And if you could, you'd be looking from the fingertips to the toes to be one nice straight line. Of course, there's length in the back of your neck, and the left thigh is facing downward. Belly is engaged, and we're strong through the front of the chest here also. We've got 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Standing up, we have our knee to chest. Let's take the left leg first. So coming weight into the left leg. And you have the option this time to hold onto a chair or wall and hover here. Otherwise, from the very start, find your balance and we'll start to change the gaze from side to side, maybe even up and down. All right, weights in the left leg, right thigh rises. Tall through the chest. We found our balance here. There's a lifting through the left quad and a lengthening through the sides of your waist. Now perhaps starting to change the gaze from side to side. And looking forward. And perhaps if you'd like more of a challenge, we can look up and back forward for 3, 2, 1, and rest. Shake out those legs. Good job. So just, isn't it crazy how you look right, left, like nothing else changes, but it all of a sudden makes it so much harder. I love that about balancing, is it just draws so much focus into your body and your bodily awareness. All right, let's take our weight into our right foot. Lift that left thigh. Find your balance here. And being aware if, as you've lifted the leg, have you lifted your hip as well? Can you keep the hips nice and square? Once you've found your balance, potentially starting to look from side to side. And back to center, potentially looking up and forward. 3, 2, 1, and let go of that leg. Well done. We're coming into our lunge movement. So we had the option to tap the toes, front and back, or draw the knee up and back, keeping that leg hovered the whole time. You can also have a hand on a wall or a chair here for stability. Use that support if you need it. All right, let's go. Right leg forward, left toes back. Either tapping or bringing the knee all the way up and extending the toes back, keeping the left toes off the mat. So our first 2 exercises are nice and static. And then from here we start to move and test the balance a little further. Beautiful. Now let's see if we can slow it down for the last 10 seconds. And just notice a difference for 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. So interesting, slowing it down makes things so much harder, especially with core work, I find. So let's have our left leg forward this time. Right toes reaching on back. Again, either tapping forward and back or taking that little bit more of an advancement from this movement, and off we go. See if you can keep your spine nice and long. Little bend in that supporting leg. And then taking whichever variation feels good for you. And knowing your body will feel different day to day, morning to night, hour to hour. So if you're revisiting this sequence and you've done it before, you might need a different variation each time, right? Let's slow it down for the last 10 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, we're coming into the center again, bringing our feet underneath our hips. We're sitting down into our squat and then rising onto the toes and lowering the heels. Otherwise, we squat down, lift the heels, rise on the toes, and then lower down through the heels. All right, whichever option feels good for your body, let's go. You can also have your hand on a chair or on the wall here, and moving as slowly and steadily as feels good for you. Beautiful. And as you rise, feel that lift coming from the top of your head up and then lowering through the heels. Beautiful. Softening any tension through your shoulders or your face. Sometimes when we concentrate, we can get really funny through the face. Oh, see, that happens. Let's go one more round. Rise and lower. Awesome. Okay, last exercise. We're moving from side to side, as small as you like. If you found it quite easy last time, I want you to take a bigger bound, more of an ice skater, bigger bound all the way to the side, front and back. Otherwise, just little steps. Off we go. Hands to hips, forward and back, knee forward, stepping out, find your balance, and then moving from the hips. Beautiful. I bet you guys are killing this. And I love seeing photos and videos of you doing these workouts. So if you do, please send it through. It literally makes my day. And side to side, 10 more seconds. So as small as you need, as slow as you need. 3, 2, 1. And rest, you're done. Thank you so much for joining me again today, guys. Always a pleasure. Please send me photos or videos if you do this workout. I love seeing you guys do this all over the world. It's so cool. So thank you. Take care of yourself. I'll see you again soon.